welcome to episode 5. What? Oh, no, Jingle of the Illinois podcast. Keep bringing the noise and keep subscribing, right, baby? How do they do that stuff? What do they do?
Just hit subscribe under the clip. Hit subscribe and like. And you can also go to our social media channels and follow.
Nice.
And also the website.
Right. Website. What's the website?
theillnoise.com.
Nice. That seems simple. Anyways, welcome back. Let's keep growing. Let's keep showing out, man. Let's keep having fun. So the last game of the year occurred in something that's important to me and you. You know, I think that's very fair to say. It's not a decent bowl. It's not a kind of cool bowl, but it was a Super Bowl. It was Super Bowl, and that just happened. And the 49ers played against Chiefs. I think we know what happened. We'll cover that in a second. But before we get into the actualities and the end result, let's talk about the team that did not win. Spoiler alert, Chiefs did. If you didn't watch it, pause, rewind, and go back, watch the game, come back. We'll be here. But the Chiefs won, but they did play the 49ers, right?
Yes, they did.
And other than the fact that the defense played out of their minds, the 49ers defense did in the first half, led by Nicky Bosa. Nicky Bosa. But that name's not as fun for us. You'll know. You probably already know. But on the offensive side, they got a running back.
Christian McCaffrey.
Hey, he's Christian. And he's McCaffrey. And tight end, George. Kittle. They have one receiver named Brandon Ayuk, but another one
named
Deebo. Yeah. And led by
Deebo Samuel, right?
Deebo Samuel, yes.
He's not just Deebo like Madonna.
That's my girl. On a cloudy. But yes, they got to. But they're led by a decent. Is he decent? No.
It's pretty good for first time in the Super Bowl.
Pretty good. So many people crapping on this young man, Brock Purdy, second year in the league, 7th round pick, Mr. Irrelevant. We all know that.
I mean, he did a pretty amazing job.
Really good job.
I mean, when he threw the ball, it was usually caught.
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty good.
Yeah, that's actually like a first staple of a quarterback doing their job well too. By the way, is throwing it and there's somebody catching. That's a good thing, and he did do that a lot. He did that a lot.
Yeah.
And quite honestly, in the first half of the game that we were watching, we both thought like, oh, whoa.
like who's gonna win? And I don't think
I mean, like we picked Chiefs. They're losing by like a touchdown. We're not feeling as good as we did when the game started.
We're not feeling good about our bet.
We're not. We're still feeling good, but not feeling like really good. You know what I mean? And then second half happened. And prior to the second half, by the way, there was a little fumble in the end zone by the same Christian individual, McCaffrey stuff. But in the second half, the 49ers kind of imploded a little bit. They were controlling the game. Even after 3, I was still thinking like, ooh, you know, if someone said to me, hey, you can take the money, you and your wife bet on the game and flip it around and take 49ers instead after 3, I would have been like, babe, maybe we should, babe, let's think about it. Let's talk about it.
Yeah, there's always Chiefs always have a plan.
Always, because they're coached by Big Red. Andy, we see you. But in the second half, 49ers flubbed a punt. They missed an extra point. And, you know, they put... They're up by 3 as the game was getting ready to end. However, there was still a little time on the clock. And you gave the ball to Patrick Mahomes at the Chiefs, and he rushed all the way down, took the team all the way down. And they kicked field goal, and now we're tied. And now we're going to overtime. But what I will say this before I go on to the Chiefs is Brock Purdy, second year in the league, first time in the Super Bowl, led his team all the way down, and they scored a field goal, 3 points, right? He walked off the field leading in overtime in the Super Bowl, first time he ever played Super Bowl. So You say whatever the heck you want about anyone, you know. And she's got to believe it. I'm not related to this guy, but he was amazing. There was a problem with all that, though, right? Because we talked about it. We've covered it at least. I mean, I think it's safe to say this has been a message that's come out of the podcast, you know. And if you don't like the old part of the noise part, but you bring it together and you kind of dig it, you know that you never bet. You can bet on a lot of things, a lot of people, right? Like you can bet against a lot of people. Like you could tell me, like, hey Joe, I know you're not going to dunk the basketball, right? Like if I have a basketball and I'm running to the rim, you're going to say, Joe, you ain't doing it, and you know what? You're gonna be right, you know, because that's
or
a good bet.
You could bet that I'm not going to.
You're definitely not going to.
That would be a good bet.
You would.
That would be like a winning, like a slam dunk.
You would dunk a donut in a cup of coffee and kill it, crush it, hang on the rim of the on the thing of the coffee cup. Got it, right? But no dunking going on, right? So that's not happening. But you don't bet against who? Who does you bet against?
Patrick Mahomes.
I almost made you choke, and I apologize for my.
That's okay. That's okay.
Sorry about that. Kind of almost made my wife choke. Hey, don't. Anyways, anyway, we've done a lot of disclaimers. But Patrick Mahomes gets the ball in overtime, leads his team all the way down. Not having to do too much in all relative terms, but leads him all the way down. Shoots it over to McCole Hardman, who was originally drafted by the Chiefs back in the day. Left the Chiefs this year, went to the Jets to be a wide receiver on that team. Thinking Aaron Rodgers was going to play after 4 plays. Of course, he tore his Achilles, as we know. McCole Hardman comes back to the Chiefs now and didn't score a touchdown all year. But he caught the game-winning touchdown in overtime from Patrick Mahomes. What's up, Mahomes? Right? Like, that happened, right? And Chiefs won. And if you look back at a couple of these episodes, you know, because it's all there now, right? Like, we could get rid of it. We're not gonna. We're not gonna. If you look back, you would see that we told you bet on the Chiefs. We said bet on the Chiefs. The 49ers favored by, I think it ended up even being 2.5. When we did our show, we said 3.5, but I think it even went down to 2.5. They won outright, so it didn't matter that the 49ers were favored because Chiefs won. But it was a great, great game. And one of the things I think it did, if we can be honest, is it put Mahomes in a territory that Peyton Manning never got to, Aaron Rodgers never got to, Steve Young never got to, Troy Aikman never got to, Dan Marino didn't get to, and John Elway didn't get to, Johnny Unitas never got to. Anyways, I can name a bunch of amazing
Kurt Warner
didn't get to. Kurt Warner was gross. He was working at a grocery store.
Brett Favre.
Brett Favre, yeah. Favre, yeah. Hey, ladies, don't open yourself. Brett sends you a text, by the way. Anyways, but he passed all those guys, right? And he also passed Tom Brady in a sense, guys. Tom Brady's go.
He's starting to hang with Tom Brady.
No, Tom Brady's go. Oh, he's in a room right now.
Joe Montana. He's like starting to hang with.
And all 3 of those guys are in a room right now in the Hall of Fame. Pat's not in yet. Tom's not in yet. He'll be in another year, so whatever the heck he can be. But they're all hanging out in the same room right now because that's what Pat did. Because Pat has been a full-time quarterback for 6 years in the NFL. And in the last 5 of those 6 years, 4 times in that 5-year span, he made it to the Super Bowl. And the only Super Bowl he lost is to Tom Brady in the Buccaneers. Tom Brady. The GOAT. That's like, it would have been so cool if back in the day, if Kobe played against Michael when Michael was Michael and, you know, Lakers lost, which Lakers lost. Kobe didn't win 5 and lose 9. But that's basketball. But, you know, that's all Pat lost to. But he's been to 4, and the only one he lost is to the GOAT. And he beat 49ers twice, once with Jimmy G, this time with Purdy, who was amazing. Just killed it. Just crushed it. And, you know, he's in a whole nother level. And we talked about that. So he's in this room that's pretty exciting to think about. That we're watching somebody right now.
Yeah, and it's also amazing because the Chiefs are like with just a few other teams, like this particular team,
Yep.
Chiefs, like this group of fellas.
Yep. Fellas, I like that. The fellas.
Like the Patriots that were with Tom.
Yep. Cowboys.
The Cowboys that were with 8.
3 and 4. 3 and 4, I believe.
And then wasn't it like the Steelers?
Steelers, nice. Back in the 70s. Someone did some research. Right? You did some research. I like it. Yes.
So
all true.
It's
all true.
all like,
49ers with Joe. You said that. Yes. Cowboys with Troy. Steelers with Terry Bradshaw. And they still only quarterbacks. We're not talking about.
These are like dynasties.
Yes.
When they win so many.
And Chiefs are now. Once you get to 3, once you win 3 Super Bowls in a 5-year period, you
become a dynasty.
You're a dynasty. Now you're dynasty. So, and Kelce is part of that dynasty that is a whole side issue. We talked about
there might be a few other players too, right?
Well, Christian Jones Christian Jones probably made the Hall of Fame. He's got 2 Super Bowls. He's been the most dominant defensive player on the Chiefs both years. This year especially, he was amazing. But Kelce was killer. Kelce again. Travis Kelce had 1 catch for 1 yard in the first half. 1 catch for 1 yard. You know what he ended up with?
Like some 90.
9 catches for 93 yards.
Yeah. Right, and then all the records he made just getting to the Super Bowl.
He beat the best, maybe best football player, guys. Maybe girls and guys. He beat Jerry Rice for most catches, most receptions.
Yeah, I put up a quote today by Jerry Rice.
Oh!
So,
nice.
there's no hate here for the 49ers. All love.
And the Beach Boys sang a song called "Wouldn't It Be Rice?" Anyway, yes, for sure. But the other thing, just really quick, is the fact that what Andy Reid has done, Coach Andy Reid, we love you. Remember, she was gonna hug you like a third of the way through. Remember that because he's so big, because he's a big kid. But he's now put himself now he's in the Hall of Fame. Like you went to you're in the Hall of Fame. And they're like, oh, he's gonna retire. Yeah, he's coaching Patrick Mahomes. He's not going to retire. Is he going to retire? Not going to retire.
If Bill Belichick is looking for another job,
right in 70s,
I think Andy Reid is staying put.
He's right there. He's like, hey, I'm good. Yeah, for sure. Now I want to switch gears for a sec, if I can, about the game. Still talking about the game, guys. But what did you think about the Usher halftime show?
Personally, the last time he was there, maybe he's been there in between 2008.
You referenced the last time he was there.
But the last time he was there, he was just like a sideshow. He helped.
Sideshow Bob.
He was helped by will.i.am with Oh My God. And then he might have done a song. But here he was just dominating. And, he was his whole thing was everywhere.
Right.
And then he had a couple guests. Alicia Keys, she was phenomenal.
Looked so beautiful. Looked great.
And then he was getting all
a little too freaky. Because he was all sweaty.
I don't think she was comfortable.
And I don't think Swiss Beats, her husband, was too happy either, right?
And then Ludacris came on.
Yeah, he didn't do that though. Ludy didn't start touching Alicia. Usher, you went too far. I
don't know. I think he should have gone with the style of Alicia Keys.
Right.
Maybe brought in some J-Lo.
Right. Oh.
Maybe some Lady Gaga.
Oh.
Maybe, like the taste of the Swifties.
Oh!
Because that's why the viewership was so far up out of this world.
Okay, yeah, so we're going there now. Because I
don't know how many Swifties like Ludacris and Little John.
Yeah, but they didn't care. They still watched it. So that does bring up something huge. And that is that this Super Bowl, guys, if you're all worked up about Swiftie and all the Swifties, about Taylor Swift and all her Swifties, her whole Swiftie about watching, do that. Yeah. But anyways, more people watch the Super Bowl than any Super Bowl in history.
Any event.
No.
More than
in this country.
Wedding.
In this country.
More than Live Aid.
In this country.
Yeah. This was like the top
200 million
event.
Now.
Number one.
Yes. Now.
Here was the last event.
Yep.
And here is the Sunday's event.
Yep.
More watched
right
than
here,
anything.
right there, right, definitely.
So
although to put in context, the greatest soccer game of all time had 1.5 billion. But anyways, but country USA style, we never saw numbers like this.
No.
And I think it's imperative to give props to a certain person and her fans to kind of like help move the numbers up a little bit. Just the numbers here, and then they're here, like right, like we kind of like cover that.
I mean, Taylor Swift just being there, watching her, like they would, show clips of her enjoying herself, cheering for Travis. She brought some of her friends there. I mean, that added to the excitement.
And you know what's funny though, and I want you just to react to this for a second. So Taylor Swift is the biggest thing right now, certainly female-wise, at the very least, right? Like, and actually male-wise too, but the biggest like pop star for sure, and like so popular, right? Back in the day, Marilyn Monroe, you know Marilyn Monroe.
Mm-hmm.
She was the most popular female actress at the time. Everybody thought she was beautiful. Guys and girls, take a look at what Marilyn Monroe looked like. Ladies, you won't feel you need to like get down to like no body fat. Like it's okay, because Marilyn Monroe, like she was like a woman. Like she had just anyways, whole side thing. But she at the time was dating back in the day, back in the 40s and 50s here, a guy named Joe DiMaggio.
Oh yeah,
right. And Joe DiMaggio was more popular than Travis Kelce. Now, it can be argued that Taylor Swift is more popular than Marilyn Monroe was, but my point, and Marilyn Monroe was really popular, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know what they did to Marilyn Monroe back in the day? They glorified her. They loved it. Baseball embraced it. And guys, if you're not, I got to tell you something really quick, and I want you, please.
Mm-hmm.
But Roger Goodell, the commissioner of football, has said, because of Swiftie and all the Swifties, right? Because of Taylor Swift and all the gang, he could not be happier that more people are now paying attention to football. And guys and girls, number show. Most watched, not Super Bowl, by the way. Most watched TV show. Anything on TV. Most watched viewership of anything on TV ever. That just happened.
In the United States.
In our country. Yeah. And Swift, Taylor Swift.
That's fantastic because I mean,
she made it happen.
I mentioned it last week. Other celebrities have been with other football been with other football players.
But how cool is that though?
And this is like, why the big deal?
Right.
And
how cool is that the people were so cool that Marilyn Monroe back in the day?
I'm glad it's a big deal.
Okay.
I mean, I'm glad it's a big deal.
Right.
I'm glad there's increased viewership, but I'm just saying, why the negativity? There should just be all this positivity.
Yeah, because there's so many. Great question. There's so many people that are so unhappy with themselves, and we've seen them. We've seen them out in public. That like sometimes people like you could tell, and it's okay. By the way, we love everybody. We're positive people. Especially my wife. That's why I fell in love with her. I mean, we are positive people, right? But there's people that they're not drinking fruit punch. And they want their electrolytes, but the only thing they know how to drink is Haterade. Haterade. That's it. She's been with me a long time, guys. That's why she knows the cortisol. But that's, but the viewership for sure, right? We need to embrace when popular people are like, hey, that's cool for whatever reasons, and she thinks it's cool because her boyfriend happens to be playing on like the team that just won the Super Bowl, and that's cool because even before she, we just embrace. And if it makes you feel uncomfortable, that's a good thing. I've always said, feel comfortable in your uncomfortability, right?
I mean,
like, do it.
I think it's great. Like if somebody, like, I like music by certain bands,
right?
And if something causes them to like the band more, and there's more people that like my favorite band,
right?
Then hell yeah. So if more people are liking football, hell yeah.
Right on.
Like, I love that person because there's more football fans.
Right.
You know, like.
Why wouldn't you want more people to just enjoy what you enjoy? I don't know. If you're like, I can only enjoy this, don't enjoy this, and maybe look in the mirror. Anyways, but did want to mention what's up. Now, I do want to mention also the fact that we're gonna see a movie this weekend, and we don't see a ton of movies at the movie. We love seeing movies here. It's a little easier for us to hang out when we're here, but we like to go out to a movie theater too and get the whole surround sound. And I try to convince her we can have popcorn. She's like, no, like she's all anti-popcorn, and I'm like, come on. And then she's really kind of pro-popcorn. She says she's anti-popcorn, but she's really pro-popcorn.
Well,
right?
We didn't want to see this movie.
Yeah.
We're recording this on Valentine's Day because we didn't want to spoil it for anybody.
Oh.
This will be releasing tomorrow.
Tomorrow.
You'll see this on Thursday.
Yeah.
So we don't want to spoil it for anybody.
Yep.
So we're going to go see it this weekend.
Right.
Which is One Love.
Right. One Love. Story about one of my musical heroes.
Childhood heroes.
Favorites. And especially just who he was as a person and the kind of music he was producing and the messages that were coming out. But One Love is about the amazing
Bob Marley.
And I guess I'll ask you.
It kind of goes into our theme of the hate and then the one love.
Right.
So it's perfect.
What is your favorite Bob Marley song?
Jammin'.
I want to jam with you. We're jamming. And I hope you like a jammin' too. Nice. So, I mean, there's a lot that I like and some that you probably wouldn't know as much, but there's a lot of little things I like. And I don't just like one of them. I don't even like two of them, but you know what I like? 3 little birds up on my doorstep. Singing sweet song. Anyways, right there a little bit. But totally my favorite Marley song. And I'm just looking forward to seeing it. I'm looking forward to his life is amazing. I don't think you've done enough research yet because I know you do prep as it gets closer. But I mean, Bob was an amazing person. And he was almost killed prior to his death. Like there was assassination attempts, not just for president, sometimes for Bob Marley. And that's true. But what he was trying to do is just not only unite Jamaica, but unite the world. Like he had a message of love. And if there's anything that I don't know, that quite frankly, the whole reason I kind of started this to some sort of degree that I'd like to pass on for both of us is just a message of love. Like we're not doing this so we can hate on people. We're not doing this so we can like make people feel bad or put them down or anything like that. Like it's messages like your favorite band is Depeche Mode, right?
Mm-hmm.
And they have so many songs that are just like uplifting and like full of like love and like, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
and like peaceful in their nature. Right. And that's what Bob was all about. So we're stoked. I'm stoked. I know you are too. Now this podcast is going to have changed a little bit, right? Because football is about ready to be done. But don't worry, guys. Football's actually around all year. Trades, draft, everything. We'll talk about it. But we got to switch it up a little bit sports-wise because this is continually going to be about sports and entertainment and movies and music and fun and laughter and everything else. But there's something really that we were watching Sports Center. We were watching it. That was a week. WAK. ESPN theme song stuff. But there's this what's been now verified by multiple sources, and usually if it's by a source, you're like, and if it's by two sources, you're like, but if it's by three, you're like, right? But it's by three, multiple, at least three, maybe four sources, and that is that Golden State Warriors called the Lakers, and for like 24 hours, try to convince them to trade from the Lakers. The Queen, is he the no? I mean the King, not the Queen, the King. Tried to trade the King to the Warriors. And just for a second.
Who's the king?
Well.
Steph Curry?
No. Yes, by the way. He's the 3-point king. He's the greatest shooter that ever existed king. He's once he gets half court, better guard him king. But the self-proclaimed king, and that's true, was LeBron James. He called himself the king, 17. Anyways, we won't go through all that. It makes me sound like I don't respect him, which I do. Totally do. I mean, as a man, what he's done with the Akron schools, he started his own foundation.
Akron. Is it Akron?
I think you're probably right.
Okay, it doesn't matter.
I think you are. I know Sean would know. Sean, if you're listening, I know you know. Akron. It's Akron.
Akron.
You said Akron, but I like your way better. I don't think you said Akron.
I don't know. The Britishers would know.
Oh, the British are coming. No, that's a whole different thing. That's history, by the way. But LeBron James going to play with Steph Curry. Thoughts on if it did happen? I mean, I know it did, and it was just sort of rumor. But
I don't think it matters. Like, there's Nikola Jovic, and
that was so close and cool. Nikola Jokic,
like Joel
Embiid, but he's like pretty much out there. He's like
what about all these other
Luka Doncic?
Yeah, all these guys all over the place.
Right.
Milwaukee Bucks.
But still, you put arguably in parentheses second best player, LeBron James, along with no argument.
I don't think LeBron James is second best.
Oh, who's the second best?
He's like after Jordan.
Yes. Well, I mean, Jordan's first.
So you're saying that LeBron is second? Like, what about Steph?
LeBron's accolades are stronger than Steph. So Steph's got 2 MVPs. LeBron's got 4 or 5. They both got 4 championships. Steph does have a better record in championships. Steph also had KD. Kevin Durant played with him for a couple years, and during 2 of his 4 championships, KD was the best player on that team by far. And LeBron never got that.
I don't think LeBron is solid enough to come anywhere near Michael Jordan.
No.
There's like Steph, there's Kevin.
No.
It's like
LeBron,
Steph, Kevin.
No. I grew up around Chicago. I didn't say nothing about Michael, but I'm saying second best.
Second best, like it could
Kareem
be
Abdul-Jabbar? Magic?
I mean, who's still playing?
No. Nobody's still playing other than LeBron and maybe Steph. Steph's maybe
Bill
top
Russell.
10.
I say Bill Russell.
Bill Russell had 11 championships. Bill Russell also shot 44%. Check it out as a center in the NBA. But I just think that's amazing because it's almost okay. Think about who LeBron is, and then think about Steph is. It's almost, and it's sort of weird because it's weird to kind of.
is this like legit? Like this is.
No, it was a rumor.
Okay.
They tried to make it happen, but it didn't happen.
So it's not going to happen.
It's not going to happen. But she said, "What if?" But by the way, that's what sport.
But I think
sports talks all about is what if.
It's just like a waste because so these 2 guys are going to get together and then just like dominate and get the championship, and then like all these other teams that have all these hot studs, like Jokic and
Nikola Jokic,
and then all the the Joel Embiid and all these other hot players,
Luka Doncic,
exactly,
right?
No.
You say no. Say no.
No, they can't do it because they're old. They're old.
Can't do it. Well,
especially LeBron. LeBron is old.
39.
Like, 39. It's like he's like Tom Brady. He's like, oh, I'm gonna retire and actually I'm gonna go back.
Tom Brady won his last championship at like 44, I think. So. I'm just saying.
But basketball's different.
It is different.
You gotta know.
It is. But LeBron's been a freak.
And quarterback age, you just gotta throw.
Absolutely. Well, guys, we are not the LeBron of the podcast world. We're more Jordan. No. But thank you so much. We appreciate spending some time with you guys, and hopefully we'll see you again next week, right?
Bye, guys.
Bye.
Have a good week.